It would be dumb to do rational expressions if they didn't have some applications. And you run into these kinds of applications in electricity and physics all the time. And also in, like for instance, DMS, anything that has to do with sound waves, electrical waves, things like that. Let's do this assignment then on applications of rational expressions. Oops. Yep, make sure you do the quiz. Here we go. There are 9 lessons harder than this one. The average time is 42 minutes. Make sure you get the study plan up to date. This is the last lesson on rational expressions in this unit. The rest of the units are radical expressions. I'll try to help you with this lesson with the video. And like I said, make sure that you do the quiz. All right, solve. Oh, we got a little review here first. It says solve for y. Remember that solving is just like solving with numbers. We want y all alone, so z equals yp. Divide both sides by p, and you get y equals z over p. So make sure you capitalize it. Fraction z, capital Z over p. Number 3, solve for m. Okay, m equals k over b. Oops, b, solve for b. We want the b all alone. So let's multiply both sides by b. We get mb equals k. Divide both sides by m. B equals k over m. Sometimes what I say you can do is just switch these two numbers around and you will have the equivalent equation. So it's capital K over lowercase m. Number 4. I might have to close it down and start it over again. I don't know why it does that. Okay, another equation to solve for. Solve for capital M. F equals negative kmn over d squared. So the first thing we want to do is multiply both sides by d squared. Then divide both sides by negative kn. D squareds cancel, negatives cancel, k's cancel, and n's cancel, and you're left with m equals negative d squared f over kn. Negative fraction d squared f over kn. Next one, solve for c. Oh, they are getting a little bit more difficult, aren't they? M equals QC over C plus QR. Now the first thing you notice, you got C on the top and the bottom. This plus sign means you can't divide to get rid of it. So we have to multiply both sides by C plus QR. That'll take care of the denominator, and you have CM plus QRM equals QC. Now, let's subtract CM from both sides, and you get QC Rm equals QC minus Cm. Now we can group this together and take out the C. We have Q minus M equals QRM. Now divide both sides by Q minus M. And you have C equals QRM over M minus Q. Q minus M. MRQ over Q minus M. There we go. Letter B. Next one. Oops. In a metal alloy composed entirely of zinc and copper, 3 of 7 every 17 pounds is zinc. So 3 pounds of zinc per 17 pounds. If the alloy weighs 748 pounds, how many pounds of zinc are there? So we can cross multiply here. 3 times 748 divided by 17. 3 times 748 divided by 17. And we get 132 pounds of zinc. 132 pounds of zinc. Now the thing people get wrong is they say, well then there must be 748 pounds of copper. Nope, because you have to take 748 minus the 132 and you get 616 pounds of copper. Next one. I've always thought this method of figuring populations was really cool. To determine the number of deer in a game preserve, a conservationist catches 391 deer. So out of all the deer in the herd, we don't know how many there are 391 that are tagged. Later, 340 deer are caught. So they catch 340, and of that sample, 170 have tags. So if you just look at this side, it appears as though half the deer have tags. So if 391 have tags, then there must be twice that many deer. Here's how you calculate it. Cross multiply and divide. So 391 times 340 divided by 170 is 782 deer in the preserve. Same kind of a thing here. There are 97 trout that are tagged in the lake. We don't know how many are in the lake, but we know that when we catch 22, 11 of them are tagged. So 97 times 22 divided by 11 gives us 194 trout in the lake. Now remember, it's possible that all of the trout that the trout didn't evenly distribute. So it's not like we know for sure there are 194 fish in the lake. We're just guessing that it's close to that. All right, let's look at this one. It says a paddle boat. Oops. I'm going to do that again. A paddle boat can move at a speed of 2 kilometers per hour in still water. The boat is paddled 10 kilometers downstream in the same amount of time as it goes 5 kilometers upstream. So it's 2 plus the current going down, 2 minus the current going up, and it's the same amount of time, okay, whatever that time is. Now it looks as though you've got two T, R, D. It looks as though you've got two variables, but really what you can say is since the times are equal, Then let's solve this backwards to figure out what T is. In the first case, remember, it's 10 divided by 2 plus C. 5 divided by 2 minus C. Now you've got two equations that are equal to each other, which you can solve by cross multiplication, and you get 10 times 2 minus C equals 5 times 2 plus C. 20 minus 10C equals 10 plus 5C. Add 10C to both sides, and you get, subtract 10 from both sides, and you get 15C is 10. Divide both sides by 15. C is 2/3. So the speed of the current is 2/3 kilometers per hour. So that's whenever you have to find rate or time in these kind of problems that you're going to use these rational expressions. A private plane traveled from Seattle to a rugged wilderness at an average speed of 231 miles per hour. On the return trip, the average speed was 132 miles per hour. If the total traveling time was 6 hours, how far is Seattle from the wilderness? Okay, so it says that the rate was 231 miles per hour, and the rate was 132 miles per hour. And let's call this the distance. So this would be d over 231. This is d over 132. So you add those two times together. Remember, this is the time, right? Plus d over 132. You're going to get 6 hours. Let's multiply everything by, let's see, what's the least common denominator of 231 and 132? I'm going to write it as a fraction. So I'm going to write fraction 132 over 231, and I get 4/7. So 132 divided by 4 is 33. So they're both divisible by 33. So we have multiply everything by 33 times 4 times 7. Because I'll write it up here just so that you can see what I'm doing. 132 and 231 are both divisible by 33. You get 4 here and 7 here, so our least common denominator is those three numbers. Okay, 231 is 33 times 7. 132 is 33 times 4. So we have 4d plus 7d equals, I'm going to just multiply that, 6 times 33 times 4 times 7, and I get 5,544. 11d is 5544. So divide that by 11, and we get d is 504. So the distance to the wilderness is 500. Susan can wax the car in 4 hours. So that's 1/4. All right. Darlene can wax the car in 1/d hours. How long can they take if they wax together? 1/15 minutes. Let's change this 4 hours to 240. So let's multiply everything by 240d, 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 240d. Okay, the 240's cancel and you get d. The d's cancel, and you get 240. The 15 cancels against the 40, and you get 16D. Let's get all the D's on one side, subtract D from each side, and you get 15D is 240. Divide both sides by 15. Let's see, 240 divided by 15, 240 divided by 15 is 16 minutes. So let's make it a fraction. 16 over 60 is 4/15 of an hour. 4 over 15. And the last one. A winery has a vat with 2 pipes leading to it. The inlet pipe can fill the vat in 7 hours, while the outlet pipe can empty it in 9 hours. Notice I'm subtracting that. How long will it take to fill the pipe if they are both left open? So let's multiply everything by 7 and 9 and x. 7, 9x, 7, 9x, 7 times 9 times x. Don't forget the times signs in there. The 7's cancel, and you have 9x minus the 9's cancel, 7x equals the x's cancel, 63. So you have 2x is 63. X is 63 over 2. Fraction 63 over 2. All right, if you have any questions, give me a call.